Well, the people gathered here are all out to get some exercise and spend time with friends and family, but there's another reason for this run walk. They're hoping their time and effort will give people with brain cancer a chance to live a longer life. It's called Run with Wolves, and the event is in honor of 28-year-old Eric Wolfe, who lost his battle with brain cancer at the age of 28.
Eric's sister and dad are with us now. We're excited to have Cara Olson here. She's the race director, and Jerry Wolfe created the nonprofit to raise money for brain cancer research. So nice to have you guys here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was fun to talk about your brother a little bit. I know he passed away in 1996 at the tender age of 28 when boys become men and they kind of are just looking forward to, you know, all the life that they have ahead of them. And he developed brain cancer.
He was 23 when he was first diagnosed, and so fought the battle for 5 years, was a grad student at UW-Madison, and we just, after it all happened, our friends and family said, you know, to keep his memory alive, let's do something. And so my dad started a golf outing, and the last 4 years we did a run walk to really expand kind of our network to raise money for brain cancer research.
And all of the money goes up to the UW Comprehensive Cancer Center, and we have a professorship established for funds for research.
Why did you choose that facility, and why is the research so important?
Well, we chose it because that's where Eric was treated. I mean, Dr. Maida was initially the one that took care of him, and so we just felt that we would like to put the money back into the place that took care of him for 5 years.
It's an amazing clinical and research facility, and feel that they really have been able to make a lot of advances, and that's why we do what we do, to have people be longer survivors and not have people go through what we went through. We've met a lot of people, unfortunately, who've been touched by this terrible disease, and so we want to make a difference.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Cara, because you and I were talking, and Tiff, during the commercial break, a little bit about people that we know in common. One is a young mom with two young sons who went to the ER, and the next day found out she had not only a brain tumor, but that it was cancer. You were talking about a young girl who's 13 or 14.
She was 14. It's our Miller family, and they've joined us the last couple of years as a real close-knit part of our organization to raise money, because they lost their daughter when she was 14.
Yeah, and someone here at today's TMJ Fore, he's a little older than that, has older children, 4 children, and he has it. It's something that seems to affect people of all ages, and it's just so, it's such a devastating illness.
It really is. Actually, brain tumors kill more individuals under the age of 40 than any other cancer, and it's really underfunded, and that's one of the reasons why we do what we do, because it's not as known, and funds aren't as raised as easily.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I feel like I don't even know if there's a rhyme or reason to brain cancer. Is there a genetic component? Is it random? Because I feel so many people you don't know until you have a really bad headache, or you find out, you know, through some accident or some other way.
It's interesting that you say that, because Eric, and if I think back to some of the symptoms he had, it was headaches, it was kind of these dizziness, but he had a metallic taste in his mouth, and that was one of the things that tipped people off, the doctors off, and then they did an MRI and found that it was a brain tumor.
And is that quite common, what you just, because I've never heard that before.
We've heard that that's common, but I think it's across the board, tips where people don't even know that they have it, and then, as to your point, you wake up one day and then you find out that that's really what it is.
What was he studying as a grad student?
He was a graphic designer. He was a graphic designer, and so he actually designed the wolf, which is our logo.
That we love that. We have some coffee mugs that actually the winners of your event are going to get. So he was an artist.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's such a fantastic representation. His last name, if people are wondering why the wolf, because that was his last name. But I think that's such a great design, and the wolf you kind of think of as strength and that kind of thing. And I think for a young man, it's got to be hard to fight something so hard and think that you're losing an unwinnable battle.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. If I think back to Eric, and his doctors come to our event, Dr. Harai will be there again this year, and they talk about Eric and his spirit and never giving up. And I think that's really the thing. And so Wolf, even though it's our last name, really symbolizes the strength, family connection, and that sense of hope. And that's really what I think we found through our efforts. We found so many people that we've just said, join the family, come join our run walk, because we, be part of this family and have the same passion to raise money for brain cancer.
Yeah, and you've raised over $700,000 towards research.
It's up to 800 now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He's our money guy.
Yeah.
But it's up to 800. And what we did is we originally started off as a professorship, and they would use the funds from the earnings of the funds that we had up there. But we just switched it over to a fellowship. And so July of next year, we'll have our first fellowship person working with clinical trials at the university. So we're very excited about that. And like I say, we have 800,000 up there, and we're going to start putting it to good use.
That's a lot of money. That's very exciting about what research could do for this, and to think about people that we could maybe save if we get the answer. It's awesome having you guys here, and exciting that you have this event that anybody can participate in. So here's the information. The Run with Wolves is Sunday, September 15th at 10 a.m. It's at Oakwood Park, which is located in Menominee Falls. To register or to find out more information, you can call 262-409-3824. There is race day registration too, in case you don't do it in advance. That begins at 8:30 that morning. You can go to runwithwolves.org for more information too. Great to meet you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.